1. Resolution of Carnival chaos. Mediation success in Malang. 2. Sound Horeg crisis. Why Indonesia banned street parties and government's role. 3. Bupati Malang. Sound Horeg Dibolehkan. Tapi Joget dan Miras Dilarang. 1. Resolution of Carnival chaos. Mediation success in Malang. Imagine this. A cultural parade turns into a chaotic scene, all because of a loudspeaker. This is not a movie plot, but a real-life incident that recently unfolded in Malang, East Java. The dispute, which escalated into an assault, has finally been resolved through mediation. But here's where it gets controversial. The use of sound horeg in public events is still a contentious issue, with no clear regulations in sight. Let's dive into the details and explore the complexities of this situation. In the bustling city of Malang, a cultural parade took a dark turn when a dispute over a loudspeaker system led to a physical altercation. The incident, which occurred in the Dilarang neighborhood of Sukuan district on a Sunday, involved a parade participant and a local resident. The parade, featuring a sound horeg system, passed by the resident's home, causing a disturbance that escalated into a heated argument and ultimately a physical confrontation. Ibda Yudi Ristianto, the head of the public relations section of the Malang City Police, revealed that the case had been successfully mediated. The mediation process has been completed, and both parties have agreed to reconcile, Yudi stated in Malang on Wednesday. The mediation took place at the Dilarang neighborhood office on Monday, with representatives from the neighborhood, local police, and community leaders facilitating the discussion. The trouble began when a resident, identified only by the initial R, felt disturbed by the loud noise from the parade sound system. R, who is also the wife of the complainant M.A., asked the parade participants to turn off the sound system. However, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. Upon hearing his wife's shouts, M.A. rushed out of the house and allegedly pushed one of the parade participants. This action sparked a brawl, resulting in M.A. sustaining an injury to his left cheek. Following the incident, M.A. reported the assault to the local police. However, just a day later, both parties agreed to resolve the issue amicably through mediation. The mediation process, involving the Dilarang neighborhood office, local police, community leaders, and neighborhood representatives, led to a peaceful resolution. The neighborhood representative from RT02 RW04 agreed to compensate the victim, with M.A. receiving 2 million Indonesian rupiah in damages. Yudi confirmed that M.A., the complainant and alleged victim, had withdrawn his previous police report. The report has been withdrawn as of yesterday, Tuesday, Yudi stated. And this is the part most people miss. While the immediate conflict has been resolved, the underlying issue of sound horeg usage in public events remains unresolved. The Malang city government is still awaiting regulations from the East Java provincial government regarding the use of sound horeg. This comes after the Indonesian Ulama Council, MUI, of East Java issued a fatwa declaring sound horeg as haram, forbidden. The lack of clear guidelines has left many wondering about the future of such public events and the potential for similar disputes. So what do you think? Should there be stricter regulations on the use of sound horeg in public events? Or is this just a case of neighbors being too sensitive to noise? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's spark a conversation on this intriguing topic. After all, understanding the nuances of cultural practices and community dynamics is crucial in fostering harmony and preventing such incidents in the future. 2. Sound horeg crisis. Why Indonesia banned street parties and government's role. The blaring chaos of sound horeg events is turning neighborhoods upside down, leaving many residents fed up and demanding change. It's a clash between fun and frustration that's impossible to ignore, and that's why everyone's eyes are on local governments to step in and fix this mess. Sound horeg, those high-energy parades with massive sound systems blasting music through the streets, have exploded in popularity, especially in places like Malang Regency in East Java. But as more people join in the hype, complaints are piling up about the noise, disruptions, and even outright conflicts they're causing in everyday life. Local lawmakers are pushing hard for action, with figures like Nasim Khan from the House of Representatives urging regional authorities not to sit on the sidelines. He's calling for open dialogues involving police, military personnel, and community leaders to hash out solutions that address the root of the problem. Imagine sitting down at a table with all these stakeholders, sharing stories and ideas to create rules that keep the peace. It's all about finding a balance so these events don't spiral into bigger issues. Nassim emphasizes that outright bans might not be the answer since sound Horeg is often seen as a form of entertainment that brings joy to many. Instead, he advocates for clear guidelines on when and where these events can happen, like setting specific time limits or restricting them to certain areas away from residential zones. This way, people can enjoy the festivities without it turning into a nightmare for others. For example, if a parade is scheduled only during daylight hours in industrial parks, it could minimize disturbances to families trying to sleep or work from home. But here's where it gets controversial. While sound Horeg can boost local economies by drawing crowds and supporting small businesses, critics argue that the downsides far outweigh the benefits. Take the case of residents clashing with parade participants. A family might be dealing with a sick child at home, only to have their peace shattered by deafening music, leading to arguments that sometimes escalate to physical fights. And it's not just about the noise. There have been reports of property damage, like when vehicles in the procession accidentally knock down fences or gates because they're maneuvering through tight spaces. These incidents highlight how what starts as harmless fun can quickly become a serious liability. Nassim points out that any approach to handling this should focus on education and open communication rather than heavy-handed tactics, putting the well-being of the community first. After all, everyone deserves a quiet, safe environment in their own neighborhood. Echoing this sentiment is Abdul Muhaimin Iskandar, better known as CK Iman, the Minister for Community Empowerment Coordination. He recognizes the economic potential of sound Horeg, noting how it can stimulate growth and create jobs in event planning and local vendors. However, he draws a firm line when it comes to infringing on others' rights, stating that economic gains shouldn't come at the cost of community harmony. And this is the part most people miss. While the economic side is appealing, the social fallout can be devastating, as seen in various conflicts across regions. Adding fuel to the fire, the Indonesian Ulama Council in East Java has issued a fatwa declaring sound Horeg haram, or forbidden, because they believe the harms outweigh any good. This decision wasn't based on the money-making aspect, but on the potential for social discord, like the examples we've touched on. CAK Iman supports this view, stressing that regulations need to prioritize preventing such issues. To make this clearer for those new to the topic, think of it like a neighborhood block party that gets out of hand. Sure, it's exciting at first, but when it leads to arguments, injuries, or destroyed property, it's no longer just a party. It's a problem that affects everyone. In the end, there's a strong call for cross-sector collaboration to prevent these disputes from turning into larger societal rifts. By working together, authorities can craft policies that respect both the cultural appeal of sound Horeg and the need for public order. But let's not forget the gray areas here. Could there be ways to modify these events to make them less intrusive, or is the damage too great to justify them at all? What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe sound Horeg should be regulated or phased out entirely? Jump into the comments and share your experiences or ideas. Your voice could spark some real change. 3. Bupati Malang. Sound Horeg Dibolehkan. Tapi Joget dan Miras Dilarang. Berbikara tentang masalah suara Horeg yang sering menjadi kontroversi. Bupati Malang, Sanusi, menyuarakan pendapatnya. Namun, ada banyak hal lain yang perlu kita ketahui mengenai topik ini. Sanusi menekankan bahwa Kabupaten Malang akan mematuhi instruksi terbaru dari pemerintah Provinsi Jawa Timur. Kami berjanji akan mengikuti petunjuk selanjutnya. Ungkapnya kepada wartawan, seperti dilansir di Tikjatim pada Rabu, 16 Juli 2025. Namun demikian, dia juga memberikan nasihat penting kepada para penyelenggara acara suara Horeg. Sanusi menyarankan agar mereka mematuhi aturan serta adat istiadat setempat untuk mencegah konflik dengan masyarakat setempat. Meskipun parade suara atau Horeg secara hukum bisa dilakukan, aktivitas-aktivitas yang disertai yang tidak baik sebaiknya dihindari. Misalnya, joget-jogetan atau mainan minuman keras, kata Sanusi dengan tegas. Dia berharap bahwa sistem suara tersebut dapat digunakan untuk kegiatan yang lebih bermanfaat, seperti pengajian atau acara-acara hajatan. Naman, Activitas yang Marujakan Harus Dihindari. Kegiatan yang berpotensi merusak seba inya dihindari saja, tambahnya. Kabupaten Malang dikenal sebagai salah satu tempat yang sering menyelenggarakan acara suara Horeg, terutama pada bulan Agustus hingga Desember setiap tahunnya. Sebagai contoh, suara Horeg sering kali menjadi pembicaraan sosial di Malang, terutama ketika ada parade atau acara Horeg yang melampaui batas. Namun, ada juga pihak yang mendukung acara-acara tersebut karena memberikan suasana yang ceria dan menarik bagi masyarakat. And this is the part most people miss. Apa pendapat anda tentang hal ini? Apakah acara-acara suara Horeg tersebut lebih merugikan atau lebih bermanfaat bagi masyarakat? Saya ingin mendengar sudut pandang anda di komentar.